I don't even know how to begin to describe this game. I don't even know how to begin to describe this game. Hello everybody, it is Ben back again. This time the Habs lose 5-4 in overtime to the New York Islanders in what was one of the strangest hockey games I've watched in a long while. But we'll start from the very beginning, and before the game, it was put out online that Paul Byron is going to be filling into the center position, and in the lieu of Danault being out. And oh my god, I hate this team sometimes. How much is it going to take before Galchenyuk gets put to center? But I mean, we'll find out later on in the video that apparently a lot more. So immediately before the game even starts, I'm a little frustrated. And then a minute and a half in, Beauvillier in alone gets a nice pass from, I don't remember who, but comes in, snipes it on Price. He has a nice open chance for a shot, not really defended at all, and scores to put the Islanders up 1-0 a minute and a half into the game. And I'm like, okay, not a great start. But then the Habs keep pressure on, get majority of the play keep the majority of the play in the Islanders zone for the next few minutes. But then 6.5 minutes in, Matthew Barzal goes in and snipes it on Carey because they gave him a little bit too much space, and he can do that because it's Matthew Barzal. So about 7-ish minutes in, and the Habs are already down 2-0, while probably outplaying the Islanders. Not a great mix. Kind of sucks. And they kind of keep that up to keep the place going on the Islanders, keep pushing them hard. And then eventually, Nicolas Deslauriers, of all people, extends his goal-scoring streak to 2 games with a pretty nice goal, actually. He catches the puck in front of the Islanders' net and then does a little nice spin around, then shoots it up high, top shelf on Greiss. If the Habs could lose every game for the rest of the season, but like Nicolas Deslauriers scored at least like 10 or 15 more, I'd be fine with that. Just because the way he reacts to goals and just how happy it makes him. It's like he has the reactions similar to Radulov. It's literally the only place they're similar at all when it comes to the players they are. But like his celebrations are just fantastic. Cuts the Islanders' lead to 1. As I'm noticing as the period goes on, Victor Mete again looking strong in his second game back from World Juniors. Keeping like strong play up and looking very strong, breaking up plays with his stick. Great on the defensive end. Okay, keep using him like this. That's great. He'll actually develop a little. Then not too long after the Deslauriers goal, Byron gets one of the most fortunate bounces. I don't know if it was a bounce or if it was like a turnover by the Islanders player, but comes right out to him in front of the Islanders net as Greiss is still kind of spinning around, trying to get back in position. And Byron just puts a shot on. I think it was his 13th on the year. But like probably the easiest goal Byron's ever scored and would tie the game up for the Habs. Then not too long after, Hudon gets a penalty that, I'm not even sure what that was, but Habs get a nice kill off. So, first period ends, tied 2-2, although the Habs easily outplayed the Islanders that period. A couple weird penalty call, Price let in maybe one sort of weak one with a Barzal goal, but Byron at center, aside from that goal he got, didn't look fantastic. He didn't look horrible either, but he didn't look fantastic. But we go into the second, and about 2 minutes and 15 seconds in or so, a really sloppy line change by the Habs. Again, second game in a row. And at first, as the Islanders are coming in, Mete breaks up the play, but the puck ends up scored back out to another Islanders player, Pelech, and Drouin coming back. It was some of the laziest, weakest skating and defensive play I've seen out of any player this year. Just not even barely trying to cover Pelech at all, who shoots it, puts the Islanders back up 3-2, or back up by a goal, puts them up 3-2. But then, Habs get a power play about 4-ish minutes in, and I'm like, okay, cool, we'll get one back right here, because who knows, maybe. But then, no, of course not, because John Tavares gets a shorthanded breakaway after Petrie kind of mishandles a pass that Galchenyuk put way too hard off the boards. Tavares sees that opportunity, jumps on it, shorthanded breakaway on Price, and Price acted really frustrated after the fact, but like, it was a John Tavares breakaway. I could probably forgive Price for that one. But then again, Habs after that keep picking up the play, keep kind of dominating how they're playing the Islanders, even though they're down 4-2. They're trying to fight. They're trying to get back into it. And they get another power play, about 11 minutes left in the period. And I'm like, okay, maybe don't give up another shorty on this one, boys. And they start to have a strong power play. I'm like, all right, keep this going, keep this going. Second unit comes on. They have a nice extended extended stay in the Islanders zone. Keep the puck cycling around. Galchenyuk actually kept it in the zone a couple times pretty well. And then chaos in front of the Islanders net. And Schlemko bats it home. Yes, first is a Hab, cuts the lead to 1. Let's go. And then, oh my God, fucking hate. Offside challenge. And then as soon as I see, I'm fully on the tank train, but the calls in this game had me very heated last night enough because I'm still a fan, so like there's a little bit of that in me. That no goal call. So it's been happening like over and over again last year into this year. It's been in a few games, even the last week. I think there was one in an Edmonton Nashville game where it's the offside review for a friggin' play where this time Daniel Carr was it Carr? Yeah, I think it was Carr. Okay, they called it offside because his foot was like that much off the blue line as he's receiving the puck and going into the zone. The NHL is all big on the whole, we need more goals, we need more excitement. Well, maybe don't stop a game for like 5 to 10 minutes to review whether a skate was 3/4 of an inch off the ice when the offside play happened 53 seconds before the goal was scored. Because that is stupid. So stupid. And I would say that even if it happened with the Islanders, because it's just dumb. It's just dumb. Whether or not his foot is like, if you have to have a camera replay and watch it for like 5 minutes to be able to tell if there's like a little minute, little tiny bit of offside, then no, it's not offside because there's no friggin' way a human eye would be able to see that in the course of a game. Like, no. Now that rant's over, though, Habs still down 4-2. And then a few minutes later, the penalty on Byron, when Udo and Byron were going in on a 2-on-1, where Eberle, it appeared, just blew a tire and like fell over and then tripped Byron. And Byron got an interference penalty for it. And if you think I'm like the Habs fan bias right now, just look it up or go on my Twitter. I think I tweeted about it. I retweeted the GIF of it. It was just that blatantly obvious that that was what happened. And the ref was staring right at it and still gave a penalty to Byron. I don't know. But Habs kill that off too. And again, not giving up at all for the whole period. Keep putting the pressure on the Islanders. And with 43 seconds left in the period, get a scrum in front of the net. And like, Delorier seems to be on for a long shift with Drouin and Galchenyuk there. And we'll get to that later. But he seemed like, I thought he was just staying on too long. Whatever. Scrum in front of the net. And Drouin picks up the rebound to get his first goal in a long while. Probably the most un-Drouin goal I've seen. Just picking up a rebound and a scrum in front of the net. But cuts the lead to 1 right before the end of the third period. Or rather, right before the end of the second period. So I'm like, okay, see what they can do. Let's see what they can do in the third. And then I noticed when the lines came out, I was like, so this Delorier, Drouin, Galchenyuk line is a thing. Okay. I know you're trying to reward players for doing well, Claude, but Delorier is not going to succeed if you put him with 2 highly skilled players and you're playing against the more skilled lines. He's succeeding because he's just got enough energy on a 4th line position and he gets up against some of the poorer competition on their team. The lines in this anyway, Habs start to slow down as the third period kind of starts and continues, but then midway through the third, the shots are still 43-17 in favor of Montreal about 10 minutes through the third. And about 7:30 left in the period, Habs get another power play. And again, really strong play in the Islanders zone. Kept it in the zone a couple times where it almost popped out. Galchenyuk keeps it in a couple times again. He did that a few times this game where he did a good job keeping the puck in, the Islanders zone on the power play to keep the power play going. Got a few really good chances on one time from his one-timer spot, but Greiss just sort of seemed dialed in on that. But the Habs do end up getting the tying goal on this power play after pass from Galchenyuk to Petrie. Petrie rockets it on net, and it gets a little tip from Max Pacioretty for his 4th goal in 4 games. And the Habs tie up the game just before the end of the 3rd period. And the Habs keep the pressure up. A new line of Byron, Plekanec, Lehkonen had a few big chances on Greiss. Greiss had to come up big to keep the game tied. And another power play with about 4:45 left in the game. Some great chances. But again, Thomas Greiss, very solid. Looked great all game. Looked great here too. And the 3rd period would end with the final shots in regulation being 54-20 in favor of Montreal. Head into overtime. And Habs open it up with a great chance by Pacioretty putting it on, and then Petrie getting the rebound. But again, Thomas Greiss coming up huge. But then they just, like so many times they have before, just give up way too many high-quality scoring chances to be able to keep up with it, and especially in overtime when it's sudden death. But Carey looking like the game against Tampa with his saves in overtime. One amazing save on the Islanders, but then on that same play, Islanders keep it in the Habs zone, and Tavares gets a rebound chance and puts it home to get the overtime winner. Final shots ended up being 56-23 in favor of Montreal. Final thoughts. I don't think any other game could be more this season's Habs than this game. The Habs set a franchise record for shots in a regular season game with 56 shots. Which is just ludicrous. It comes back to the fact that they're not that horrible. They can work hard and get some good scoring chances and score some goals. But the amount of high danger scoring chances they give up is still far too much to be able to keep up with. And it loses them so many games. And I don't have that much more to say about this game because it was just a ridiculous game from start to finish, really. Sorry, I got a little ranty in some parts there. But moving on, today it came out that Drouin and Galchenyuk are wingers on the sides of Jacob Delarose. I don't friggin' know with this team anymore. And then Julien also said Logan Shaw might draw in center position against the Bruins tomorrow night. I give up on this team. I don't know. Bruins tomorrow night. We'll see how that goes. Till next time, I'll see you guys later.